What's up, people? It's your man Urban Lover coming from your mama's basement, where I try my best to keep it 100 with you guys, try not to be biased, and I respect all opinions and comments. At the end of the day, like I said before, we're all on the same boat, just trying to get to one particular spot, and that's back to Laker dominance. With that being said, first and foremost, I want to give a shout out to Kelvin Davis. I chop it up with him in Twitter. He threw out a couple theories about the Lakers and going into free agency and stuff like that, and I told him I'm going to talk about it on my channel. Also, I want to give a shout out to Rodney Wallace, for showing love, reaching out to me, man, and how much he appreciate, tuning in just to hear me act crazy. Hey, at the end of the day, it is what it is, baby. I love you guys, man. If y'all guys wouldn't tune in, I'd be a poor little man in the corner with some rats trying to, basically get it back. Anyway, I want to, just a couple things I want to talk about, but you know me, I love to talk, so that's why my name is Chat. Chat means to talk, so you put it together, chat needs, talk a lot. That's what it means. It don't really mean that, but I just made it up because people say, God damn, boy, you talk too much. And I said, that's why my name Chat Need, because I love to talk. But anyway, so right now we're now in the trade movement right now. And what I mean by trade movement is that, this is a particular time when teams make the big trade before the trade deadline. I think it's February the 8th. And fans, the Laker media, are trying to figure out what are the Lakers going to do. I'm just going to keep it real with you guys. I'm going to talk about a couple of things, but everything right now is based around expiring contracts. Simple put, everything is based around expiring contract. The main focus, I know we wanted to say Demarcus Cousins, we want to say PG-13, but let's go back to Magic Johnson. Magic Johnson, his main target is LeBron James. And I totally understand why his main target is LeBron James, because wherever LeBron James goes, wherever he goes, 9 times out of 10, you're going to the playoffs. If LeBron James' name is mentioned, you're going to the playoff. He's a playoff god, and no matter what it is, people roll over for LeBron James. He's going to the playoff, LeBron James. But I'm not going to knock LeBron. I respect LeBron, mostly off the court. As a competitor, I don't want to get too caught up in it because I'm an old head, man, and I love physical play, where guys didn't cry much, didn't flop, and they went at each other. This generation, not too much of that. I like the Beverleys, the Allens, the guys who get grimy with you, the Barnes, but he's retired. But I like those type of players, because in the day, it brings, I don't know, it just brings something about the way you play the big game of basketball, or any sport to me anyway. I just love the old days. Today's days, sports, just said, became soft, and I don't know. I don't want to get into that, man. Everybody need a bottle of milk, and make sure it's hot. That's how I look at it. But the main feature that the Lakers going to be looking at is LeBron James. This is the main feature. So they're going to try to remove some of these contracts in order to bring LeBron here. I'm going to say it right now, and I'm going to say it over again. Jim Buss and Mitch Kupchak knew what they were doing. Jim Buss knew that his days as a LA, owner or whatever you want to call him was numbered. He knew that it was coming down the pipe. So what does he do? He sets his system up for failure. That's the whole thing in a nutshell. We wouldn't be making these trades and all this and that if Jim Buss and Mitch Kupchak never put out those dead contracts to freaking Timothy Mozgov, couldn't think of his name, and freaking Luol Deng. If he didn't put out those dead contracts to these two, we wouldn't be in this situation we're in now. So you giving the Lakers front office a hard hand to play with. Right now, I'll be honest with you, we could just actually go for one superstar, but we already know if LeBron comes here, and I believe at the end of the day, I didn't believe it, but the way the Cleveland Cavaliers are playing right now, it's much more highly he might find his way in another team. I'm just being honest with you, because the way that ship is sinking, LeBron is like almost like they claim LeBron has given up on the team. I don't think he's given up on the team. Just by looking at him, it's just a lot of chaos going on with the team. But I look at it like this: LeBron James, if he comes to LA, first and foremost, I'm gonna say, Colin Cowherd came out and stated that his sources stated that LeBron is heading to LA. How true that is, I don't know. I don't really buy into Colin Cowherd shows too much, because he might be so much as Stephen A. Smith. He switches the knob every other game. 1 minute he's on board, next minute he's off board. So I don't really follow those guys too much, because they're too wishy-washy. They don't stand behind their word. So those type of individuals, they make me shake, and I shake too much. I've been in the hospital, so I don't follow those guys as much. But I will take his comment with a grain of salt, only because it's looking more and more that LeBron James might be headed to LA. And I know a lot of fans don't want to hear that, but look at it like this. Not just the point of his wife got, a house in LA and all that other stuff. It's just that right now, if you look at LeBron James, he probably got a little more than 5 or 6 years left in the league. He's not going to do it with a bunch of old heads. Now, you give him one veteran superstar and with a bunch of young players, it makes more sense because now you got fresh legs that can run the floor. And the way the Lakers are playing, they need a leader. I've been saying this over and over again. They need a leader. I don't agree with LeBron come here, but the Lakers need a leader. They need a leader. They need somebody. You know, I try to give it to LeVar Ball by putting the fire under Luke Walton, hoping that Luke Walton would change his rotation, all this and that. But Luke Walton sometimes becomes too stubborn. And Luke Walton reminds me of Tyronn Lue. That's why I said before in one of my videos before, the only way Luke Walton stays here is if they get LeBron James. Because LeBron James will tell Luke Walton what to do. That's simple as that. LeBron James is the coach and the player. Because he would tell him, like, listen, bring that guy back in. Put this guy on the bench. Trade this guy. And that's what's going to happen if LeBron come here. And we got to understand that. LeBron come here, if he don't see these players playing to according to how he want to play, believe it, there's going to be trades that's going to happen. So there's no point of falling in love with these players if Magic Johnson get their wish with LeBron. And Magic Johnson and Pelinka are going to kiss LeBron's booty. Let's be honest. And they're going to make the trades that need to be made in order for LeBron to get what he needs in order to get quality players to get to the playoff and also challenge the likes of the Golden State Warriors, the Boston Celtics. You know, I'm going to say OKC because if Paul George stay there, and I'm going to get to that in a minute. But that's why I said at the end of the day is that. Now, one thing about LeBron James, he is a Band-Aid. Getting LeBron James like a Band-Aid. That's all you basically best. You Band-Aiding the team up for a couple years, and then you're right back to where you were from square one, rebuilding. Because when LeBron goes, it's going to put a lot of damage on the team when he leaves. You don't believe me? Check his record. Check his history. Left Cleveland, they were in turmoil for a long period of time. Left Miami Heat, they just trying to make the playoff. And they got good quality players, but they just can't make the playoff. You know, that's how good LeBron is, and you got to give LeBron that respect. Regardless if you like him or not, it's just the truth. LeBron is going to be the main target for the Lakers. Not Demarcus Cousins, not PG-13. PG-13 already stated that he said he's going to come here, but let's keep in mind, let's be real now. Now let's switch over to Paul PG-13. Now with PG-13, he basically said it before he got traded from, you know, the Pacers to OKC that he was destined to go to LA. He was throwing out hints because he wanted LA to make that trade for him. That's what the whole thing people fail to realize. PG-13 wanted them to make a trade for him to come to LA, to give up Ingram and all that. They weren't willing to give up Ingram and all that in order to bring PG-13. They were saying, well, you know what? Let's just go ahead and just ride it out and see what happens at the end of the, you know, off season and basically see where PG-13 going to end up. Let's just do that. You know, let's wait till the year after that, you know, because he's a free agent after that year. We're going to see where he goes. And this is the problem I had. Listen, I was all on board, like, okay, well, let's wait till at the end of the offseason and see what happened. And based on the fact of that alone, PG-13 goes to OKC. You look at him at the beginning of the season, he didn't seem happy, right? Okay, over the course. It's like a baby, you know, like when you go to a new home, man, after a while, you know, it got to break you in. So he go to OKC, wasn't happy. You can see it in his game, just basically watch his body language. But coming to the All-Star break, you know what I mean, setting up for that, Westbrook came out and made some comments about how PG-13 was snubbed. He should have gotten there, throw a little shot at Damian Lillard. PG-13 loved that, recommend him. Stated what he stated, like, man, that's the type of person I like to play for. People fail to realize, PG-13 said it way before that, when he got picked up, when he got traded to OKC. He said, me re-signing OKC is determined by how far we go in the playoff. That's basically what he said. And I know people say, well, he's just saying that to sell off, you know, he's just saying that to, you know, to basically, how you want to put it, you know, to make the team think that, you know, just basically saying the right things at the right time. He don't have to say the right things at the right time because he's a free agent at the end of the season. You know what I mean? If he don't want to be there, he can just say, you know what, I'm gone. He don't have to, you know, make it sound good. You know what I'm saying? If he want, like, listen, if that was the case, he'd have said it in Indiana. Think about it. You know what I'm saying? Why would he try to make it sound good at OKC when he was saying that in Indiana? He wanted out. You know, it was all over the freaking locker room. He wanted out. So why he can't say the same thing now with OKC when he only got 1 year? At the end of the season, he's gone. So it don't make any sense to me. Truthfully, I'm a little wishy-washy now with PG-13. I'm looking at things more observant than just say, okay, well, no, he's going to come, this and that. I'm not looking at it like that now because if that's the case, like I said before, he'd have said that in Indiana. I mean, he said that in OKC like he said in Indiana that he went out, he wanted to go to LA, this and that. He can say that now. Why? Because in reality, he could force OKC to make a trade for him, to get Ingram. Because that's what everybody wants, Ingram or Kuzma. But that don't mean that he got to, you know, he got to make the trade, but that's something that he could force because at the end of the season, he's gone. So why would I create a false hope that I'm going to stay there? You know what I'm saying? Knowing that I'm gone in the season anyway. That's something that LeBron James do. You know what I'm saying? LeBron James is the one that don't let you know what he's going to do. If PG-13 is fed up, he's going to let you know it. You've seen it. So when him saying that, based on the fact that depending on how far we go in the playoffs, and also with the Westbrook situation, now I'm looking at this right here that PG-13 might sign a 2-year contract with them or a 1-year contract. You know what I mean? Something similar to what Kevin Durant did. You know what I mean? Like, okay, well, I'm not going to sign a long-term contract. I might sign 2 more years just to see what happens. And at the same time, he could be watching the Lakers to see how they transpire, how they unfold, to see if they're going to actually propel and get better or if they're going to continue going in the basement. So a lot of people got to understand that, because here's the thing. Most stars are not just going to jump on the team unless they know somebody else is coming there, or the team is looking like they're going in the right direction. That's why I say the Lakers got to win games. We just can't sit back and just keep getting beat. We got to win games to make these free agents want to come here and say, okay, well, I might be that missing piece in order to propel them to the next level. But if you're not winning games and your coach looking like he's stubborn, he's not doing right with the rotation, the players constantly turning the ball over, missing free throws, like nobody really like giving it effort, players are not going to want to come here. That's simply put. So that's the thing with PG-13. I'm a little wishy-washy PG-13 because like right now, OKC is on an 8-game winning streak. They're starting to gel now. So he might like that idea. Now they're winning. You know what I mean? So things can change, man. You go to a team, everything changes. That doesn't mean just because you go to a team and, okay, well, I'm going to do a Dwight Howard. What people fail to realize, and going back to Dwight Howard, the only reason why he left, is because the way Mike D'Antoni was playing him. That's why he bolted when Mike D'Antoni took over Houston. He bolted out of there. And that's what people fail to realize. But anyway, that's why my take on PG-13. Now, Demarcus Cousins, we also came out and we stated, like, fans were saying, like, hey, we don't go after Demarcus Cousins now. We're going to ignore him now because he's injured, this and that. But then you got to look at it like this. PG-13 was injured. He came back. And now I know it depends on what the injury. I know this is Achilles. I think it was Achilles heel or something like that. Me, personally, everybody had their own opinion, and I agree with them to a degree. But I would constantly, this is what I would do with Demarcus Cousins. All right, he got injured right now. This is in January. The season don't start again until what? October, September, something like that. I forgot. I think it's October, September. So you got all those months to watch him, to watch him after he get, come through his, after his injury, overcome his injury, and then a couple months of recuperating. We got a whole couple months to actually watch him to see if he's still going to give you that same thing he was giving you, well, not giving us, but if he's still going to give you based on what he was doing before he got injured. You got months to watch him before time to pick up players and all that. You have time. So in retrospect, you got time to watch and observe and to see how he overcomes it. I mean, shucks, look at you got a lot of players that come back from certain injuries. But my thing at the end of the day is that I will watch him and observe him. I wouldn't give up on him, but I will watch and observe him. And that's me. I would just watch and observe him, but I wouldn't still turn the other cheek and say, you know what, I'm not going to, go after him. You know what I'm saying? That don't make any sense to me. You watch, observe him, see how, how he performs, this offseason, and then you go from there. Then you make your decision from that. Also on top of that, now with the Randall and Jordan situation, now Jordan Clarkson was they tried to ship Jordan Clarkson out for Avery Bradley. It didn't fall through, which makes sense to Detroit because at the end of the day, Detroit needs players that's going to help them propel to the next level. Will Jordan Clarkson help Detroit propel to the next level? Not really, because you get the same thing in Avery Bradley. You know what I mean? You're basically just getting somebody else with just extra height. The only difference between him and Avery Bradley is that Jordan Clarkson probably better going to the rim, but Avery Bradley is much more better in defense. So it would have been a bad trade for Detroit behalf. Jordan Clarkson, he would have given that spark off the bench, but then they were missing that defense. And Detroit, what Stan Van Gundy, Stan Van Gundy is known to teach defense over offense. And that's the whole thing in that nutshell with him. So, but reality that, Detroit decided to go a different direction. They wound up getting Blake Griffin. Now, a fan asked me, a Laker fan asked me, say, hey, should we make that move for Blake Griffin? Personally, no. Only reason why I'm saying that because, number one, like I said before at the beginning of this segment, the Lakers are looking for expiring contracts. They're not going to give out, they're not going to try to sign somebody for a long-term deal. It's not going to happen because they want to make sure the door is open for LeBron James, and they're going to want to make sure they are open to LeBron wishes. Because LeBron is going to tell them, when they sit down and talk to LeBron this offseason, he's going to tell them, like, look, the only way I come here, I got to bring somebody here with me. Most likely probably be PG-13. That's the only way I can see PG-13 moving with OKC if LeBron come here and there's an opportunity for them to get in the playoff and make some noise against the Warriors. That's the only way I see it. Other than that, I think PG-13 will be more sided with OKC. But going back to Blake Griffin, I would say no because of his injury, his history of injuries. that big contract. Remember, he just signed a 5-year contract. That means that we're now going to be stuck with somebody for 5 years. He's not a bad player, but the injuries. He has not played. I don't know if has he ever, probably before his first injury, but after that, ever since his first injury on down, he has not even played a whole 80-something games. He hasn't. He's constantly injured. And it's like little injuries, something here, him there. To me personally, no, I wouldn't have made that move. I'm sorry, I just wouldn't have did it. Also, on top of that, you got to look at it like this. Another thing is, you got DeAndre Jordan and Lou Williams. They also trying to ship them out. Somebody asked me, like, should we make a trade on that as well? It depends. I mean, like right now, it depends on what they're looking for. Because say for instance, all right, if they want Jordan Clarkson, Julius Randle, and a draft pick, I would kind of make that move. Only because there's no guarantee that you might be able to sign Julius Randle. I had to throw Brook Lopez in there too. I'll give him Brook Lopez, Julius Randle, Jordan Clarkson, and a draft pick. I know that's a lot, but my thing is this: end of the day, if LeBron come here, right? If LeBron come here, we got think about it. If LeBron come here, I put it like this. I don't want to keep talking Luol Deng because I know Luol Deng is the reason why we can't make moves the way we want to. You know, Luol Deng's kudos to Luol Deng and his team, man, because at the end of the day, man, they made a slick deal that basically Luol Deng can stay home and still get paid. He only got to come to the games. But the only way, like I said, with the DeAndre Jordan and Lou Williams move, I will make only if it was Jordan Clarkson, Randle, Brook Lopez, and probably a draft pick. I know that's a lot, asking for a lot, but what we get back for no, we get somebody that can spark off the bench. You know, Lou Williams ain't gonna have that much defense, but he's a good spark off the bench, and we know what we got when we had Lou Williams. You know, he can give you 20 points off the bench in less than freaking 15 minutes. Let's be honest. You know, especially sometimes the Lakers need that spark. And also with DeAndre Jordan, you get a rim protector, something the Lakers ain't had since the days of Bynum. You know, so let's be honest. You know, we need a rim protector. Brook Lopez just don't give you that. And plus, DeAndre Jordan will play much better with a true point guard. That's why you see DeAndre Jordan, his stats drop only because Chris Paul is no longer there. He's not. No, Rivers and Paul, Austin Rivers and Paul are two different type of players. Paul is somebody that will get Jordan involved in the offense. Rivers is somebody that look for his offense first, then make the pass. So DeAndre Jordan will play much better with the likes of Lonzo Ball. He will give you that rim protecting. That way, the Lakers defense ain't always got to collapse down in that middle because he can play one-on-one. You don't have to worry about, okay, well, you know, we got to collapse down in the middle and they're leaving the perimeter guys wide open. So making that move for Jordan will make sense. Now, the reason why I say that because number one, you don't know what's going on with Randle. You know, we sit there and say, okay, well, we can re-sign Randle. We got his barrel right. We get him more money. You don't know if Randle decided to leave us for a team for lesser money. You know what I mean? Like for instance, Dallas might say, listen, we'll offer you $18 million a year. And Randle, the way he's been treated the last 2 years, why not leave? You know what I'm saying? It don't make any sense for me to stay here knowing that I might not even be starting. You know what I mean? Well, I can go somewhere else and start. So it would make sense for Julius Randle to leave at the end of the season. So that's the one thing about reason why I would make that move. Jordan Clarkson, that's my guy. But I think that Jordan Clarkson would be much better probably playing somewhere else and getting the opportunity to start. Jordan Clarkson, I know a lot of fans say that he's not a starter. I think he is a starter. He just haven't been given that opportunity. I mean, we're under Byron Scott, but I don't need to call that starting. Because you play behind Kobe. And even, you know what I mean? So you play behind Kobe. And then last year, you know, you only get 25 minutes. So some players can't get in a rhythm like that. You know what I mean? You got to get them 35 minutes for starters. So I think Jordan Clarkson would be much better going somewhere else and starting. That's how I look at it. And in return, you get Lou Williams and DeAndre Jordan. Now, the beautiful thing about this is this. Jordan got 1 year left on his contract. All right? And Lou Williams is a free agent at the end of the season. So you kind of like, okay, well, we getting back Lou Williams. And then on top of that, we can re-sign Lou Williams only if we find out what's going to happen with LeBron or PG-13 and then make moves afterwards. Jordan will be, like I said, he 1 year left on the contract. So it'll be kind of hard to really make a move on that as well because now, you got to remember, Jordan making $22 million. And remember, you're trying to free up players in order to get money, to have extra money to make sure that LeBron James is coming here. You know what I mean? And make sure that he brings somebody, you know, make sure that LeBron James, basically to make sure we fulfill LeBron's wishes. Now, if LeBron say, yeah, go ahead, bring Jordan in, and I'm good. Just give me Jordan, and I can come in, we good. You know what I mean? Then they will make that move like that. But you got to think about it. They can't talk to LeBron because he's on another team. And by being on another team, you know, that can be a fine because you actually are, you know, you're tip and tapping. You can't do that. So we don't know what LeBron will want. So right now, the Lakers, at this point in time, they're not going to make no sufficient trades unless it's something with an expiring contract. Simply put, because they want to make sure they have enough money open in order to bring the likes of LeBron here. PG-13 already stated that he's coming here, but like I said, it's wishy-washy with me, only based on the fact with him playing pretty good with OKC. They're more lenient to LeBron James. Magic Johnson loved LeBron. Back before he became, president of basketball operation, all he used to tweet about was LeBron. The Lakers should trade their whole freaking starting five for LeBron. The Lakers should do this for LeBron. The Lakers should go out and jump across the bridge for LeBron. He loves LeBron. He loves LeBron. He loves LeBron game. So he's going to make sure LeBron is the first pitch the Lakers going to go after. Simply put. So right now, all the trades that's being thrown out there, the only thing that Lakers going to jump at is expiring contracts. Something that's going to run out the end of the year so that way they can have enough money in order to bring in the likes of LeBron. Other than that, they're not really going to make no serious moves. Because that's how I look at it. Based by looking at a whole bunch of stuff. But anyway, it's your man, Herbal Lover. Like, share, subscribe. Get in the comment section. Tell me what you think. Y'all keep it good. I keep it good. We rock it. I'm in Twitter. If y'all ain't on Twitter, man, follow me on Twitter so I can chop it up with you guys, man, because I love to hear some of y'all comments. Hit the love with you, what y'all got to say. I'm on Twitter more than I am on my channel, because with Twitter, I'm on my cell phone app. You know what I'm saying? So I'm actually hitting the Twitter up. I can talk like that, based on what I'm doing out, away from the YouTube. So definitely, guys, if you're on Twitter, follow me, man, so we can talk. Like I said, I respect all opinions, regardless if it's like, if we disagree, I still have respect for you, because everybody opinion might not be solid, but it's always good to listen and see what they're talking about. Love you guys, man. Y'all take care.